never been taught how to shut down shop. And by shut down shop, I mean, I see so many females out here going through hard times, struggling, trying to take care of everything on their own. Meanwhile, they still laying up with a dude, still got him in their house and everything else, and he can't contribute to nothing. If a dude can't contribute to the things that I need him to take care of, I shut down shop, which means I close my legs. The shop is closed. We're not being intimate. We're not having intercourse. We're not doing none of this honeymoon lovey-dovey stuff until you take care of business. Y'all need to learn to shut down shop. How do y'all even continue to be aroused by these dudes and engage in intercourse with these dudes when they sitting up here not helping y'all?
This is exactly why men can't be manipulated, and she has a problem with this. Women sleep with broke men, then double back and turn around and say that they want guys who are providers and all of this type of stuff. And another part that's funny about it is when it's transactional, a guy is getting that service for money. That's the transaction. So you closing shop, it doesn't do anything. And if you got this by yourself, why are you complaining? All she's saying is, ladies, you're messing it up for everyone by you doing this. And now you got dudes like Josten J telling guys the truth about, a woman will always be there to cooperate with you. Let's get the next one.
I'm a single mom and I was just seeing someone for 8 months. And in the beginning, I was like, yeah, obviously, I have a daughter. She's part of me. She's part of the deal. So like, if you are okay with that, like 100%, I will pursue this with you. And he said, I want kids. That's no problem. Like it's all good. Like, don't worry about it. We never even dated. We just saw each other for 8 months. He never asked me to be his girlfriend or anything. But guess what his number one excuse was? Why he couldn't move forward. That's right. The fact that I have a daughter, and he came to the realization after 8 months that she's still there. She still exists. And I'll be honest, I am terrified now to continue dating because I'm scared to get attached to someone and they're okay with me being, I'm gonna cry. They're okay with me being a single mom. And then I fall for them and fall in love with them. And then the fact that like I'm a single mom is the reason that like, when they said they were okay with that. So that fucked me up. That fucked me up pretty good. That was pretty traumatizing to have someone make me fall in love with them over 8 months and be okay the fact that I have a daughter and then be like, actually, JK, like, I'm not okay with that. And then just never talk to me again. So
pay attention. This is a teaching moment. These video clips teach you about women. Don't get it confused. This man was good enough to sleep with. She didn't make him jump through hoops. She didn't need to see if he was a good role model for her kid. All she knew was that she liked him and that he was good enough because she was sexually attracted to him. He didn't have to jump through any hoops. And she has a kid. So now she needs to be safe. She needs to make sure he's a good role model, right? Somebody to look up to. Nah, sexually attracted to him. And the point that I'm going to make about manipulation is you would think that he lied to her. He never lied to her. So yeah, everything's cool. But then he made an executive decision. Nah, I don't think this is best after all. And he dips. She gave him 8 months of free access. 8 months of free access. And peep this, we saw each other for 8 months. He never asked me to be his girlfriend. Never. She didn't need that. She was just attracted to him. See what I mean? They know how to cooperate. They know how to follow your lead, even if it leads to nothing. So if they don't get a relationship out of it, you're good enough for them. They will follow your lead. This is how things naturally go. She just lost in this situation. Let's get the next one.
Okay, I'm kind of glad that I went through my broke guy phase or dating for love phase when I was young, like in high school and in college. Because I can't imagine doing what I do now and still dating broke guys or dating guys that make the same amount of money as me. Imagine me being 25 and still going on dates to Chili's and splitting bills and letting my boyfriend borrow money. Like, what the fuck? That is like insane. I used to do that back in high school and in college, guys. Like, that is some bum ass behavior. And if you're a man, you get mad at me. Like, just skip through this. Don't get emotional in the comments. Comment. Like, shut up. Like, control your emotions. Take a testosterone shot. Go to CVS and ask for a testosterone shot because you need it. Don't cry about it in the comments. Just like some guys have preferences on like dating blondes, brunettes, skinny girls, thick girls. My preference is dating guys with money. So thank you. I literally had a boyfriend who was diabetic and he was so fucking broke. This was back in college, guys. So back when I had my college apartment, when he would stay over, he had to get like a bunch of sugary snacks because he was freaking weird in his body. So I went to the grocery store and I bought him sugary snacks and his favorite shit just so whenever he stays over at my house. What the fuck? I can't even imagine doing that shit right now. I am so glad my frontal lobe developed and just prioritize money now. Like, thank you, brain. Because there's so many girls my age that still are not like that they don't prioritize money instead of looks or love in relationships. And they're literally have in a whole relationship working full time and splitting bills. Like, that is fucking insane, bro. And still getting cheated on.
Men aren't mad because you don't date broke men. Men are just simply listening to you blab your mouth off. So you used to date broke men, and all of your friends are currently dating broke men, right? But now you turn around and say you don't date broke men because now you have high standards. Men are listening. Now they can't be manipulated. So even if a guy gets in your comments or whatever and he's telling the truth, why are you upset about this? Because that's the type of guy that you can't manipulate. If you have a bunch of guys that you're manipulating and having your way with, why are we making this video anyway? They don't even recognize what they're doing. They're telling the game rather than selling the game. So now guys know everything. Let's get the next one.
Guy's ego can never handle when you're just not interested in them in a romantic way. Like the amount of times where a guy follows me and I follow him back, whether it is because I think he's cute or maybe I just know about him, or they DM me something funny, so I'm like, okay, like follow back, you know, you're funny. But when you'll go to like text or something and you're just not interested, like they immediately unfollow you. And it's like, okay, well, why would he follow you if you weren't even interested? No, it's like, I thought we could be friends. I was down to be friends. Like, did you just expect me to be like, yeah, daddy, let me come No. I was just wanting to get to know you, you know? Build some mutuals on social media. Fuck you. I go and it's like immediately unfollowed. Like, okay, you're pissed because I'm not interested in you in a romantic way. Like, you are so immature and that's the biggest turnoff.
Men won't let me waste their time. And when she said no, it was hilarious. No. These chicks get on social media and they want a fan base. They want an army of simps. So much so that they want attractive guys. Because she said, regardless if I find him attractive or whatever, I'm just trying to get to know you. Nah. You know what's also funny? If we flip the script, right? You follow a woman. You're giving her attention up front. And then you cut the attention. And you go back a couple days later, she'll unfollow you. So what's the problem here? What's the problem here? They want an army of simps. And it has nothing to do with ego, but it has everything to do with self-respect. Shout out to all the brothers that respect themselves. You are him, they are them. Perfect example of a guy understanding his worth and respecting himself. Let's get the next one.
The quickest way to tell if a man is broke is simply tell him you're hungry. And if he says anything other than what's your Cash App, what's your Zelle, or what you want, I got it, he's broke, he's not having it, and he will waste your time.
Even men with money don't want to be used for their money. The guys who are okay with being used for their money, you're punching above your weight class. This is why these clips come out of women being frustrated. The guys that they actually qualify for are not trying to simp and trick on them. Because they see this on social media. The guys that they would actually be compatible with, the guys in their bracket, they're not simping. They're not tricking, or they're not using money for the transaction. The guys who use the money for the transaction, they're getting top shelf. You are not top shelf. Guys, it is what it is. Oh, you can't talk like that about women, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. You're not top shelf and you're asking for all of this stuff. Oh, if you tell him you're hungry, he doesn't send you money or take care of it quick, he's broke. I don't need to get in this car with a stack of cash and count out 500 dates. I don't need to do that. You can think I'm broke. It is what it is. But the point is, a man does not have to send you money and do all of this to get at you. If you're not interested, you're not interested. And nowadays, you guys got it yourself. You're strong and independent. The thing about this is, women are always asking for this, but they're punching above their weight class. Even when you get a guy with money, you need to move on his timing. You need to be where he tells you to be. You need to be able to up and drop everything to do what he says. There's a transaction in there that's more than just sex when it comes to a guy keeping a woman around. You guys can't even keep average guys around. What do you need all of this stuff for? And now the average guys can't manipulate them, can't manipulate the guys who are not in your bracket. Who is there left to manipulate? Oh, the guys that they don't want. And remember, I tell you guys, they got two choices. Cooperate with the guy that they're highly sexually attracted to and roll the dice like the single mom did. Maybe you get a relationship, maybe you don't. Or you can go for the guy that you're not physically attracted to, the guy who doesn't have all the bells and whistles, and make it work with him. But you know how that goes. Let's get the next one.
I cannot believe my sister and her friends, they go, not once have they ever been, no guy has ever bought them a drink. Murphy, guys in Denver don't buy girls drinks, and it's appalling. I just called a guy out fully. I was like, this guy asked for my number and he didn't buy me a drink. And I was like, sir, if I were a man, I would buy you a drink.
Men understand more than ever now. You don't have to do anything for a woman that is not for you. Hell, they're attracted to men that they're for that don't do anything anyway. Guys don't want to buy drinks. Guys don't want to do this. Yes, because they don't have to. When a man gives resources, when a man gives his energy, gives his time more and more and more, that's a woman that's his woman. Since you guys want to go back in the day and back in the old day, the woman that they're going steady with, that's the woman that gets these benefits. Not a woman who he's trying to have a conversation with. Get to know. Grow on. He doesn't have to spend any money. Only idiots think that way. And isn't that funny that those are the guys that they treat like garbage?